Right, we need to do. Right, hang on, let me get a bit of grip. Right, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Manfulness. Have you ever wondered why men seem generally happier than modern women, and why women are never happy about anything? Have you ever thought why so many men seem even happier without being in relationships with women, whereas women are miserable? In reality, men are actually happier than women. Yes, there are plenty of happy men and happy women, but overall, women are in a worse situation than men. Anyone with doubts merely needs to look at the ratio of male to female antidepressant usage. Whichever study or data you prefer, it has been stated that 1 in 4 women and 1 in 10 males, respectively, use antidepressants. All around the world, it is very easy to see this trend. You're probably wondering why men are generally happier than women at this point. So, let's get down to business, and here are 7 reasons why men are happier than women. Number 1, men don't feel as entitled as women. The first reason women are generally unhappy is that men accept themselves as they are, as well as their position in the world. That the state of the world today is something we are all accountable for. We accept that the dating industry is unjust. Men tolerate such distressing truths because there is nothing we can do to alter them. They now have what they wanted as a result of our acceptance of reality as it is. We know that nothing will be handed to us, no matter how much we might want it. We are aware that attractive women won't be drawn to us if we are sloppy, out of shape, and awkward. Women hold different opinions. For no other reason than the fact that they exist, they assume the world will be presented to them on a silver platter. Number 2, women have a hard time accepting the truth. Women are generally not willing to accept the truth about this. Women feel they deserve only the best, no matter what they do or who they are. They demand it without providing any kind of exchange in return. Despite repeated warnings from a society that they are overweight and not as attractive as they think they are, women stubbornly refuse to believe it. Instead, they support male shaming and insults, and they instigate entire movements to maintain their denial. Thankfully, the internet has caused a change in the way that things are. Everything has gained perspective thanks to the internet. They are beginning to understand that achieving their goals will need a lot of effort. Even the high-value men whom a woman wants are not looking to date them right away. Instead, they are having affairs with attractive, feminine women who are eager to have children. They want women who can cook and make decent housewives and don't want to go out and party. They have begun to see how bad the conventional approach is. They don't motivate themselves as men do. They just evaluate their value based on their SMV. And as they see it disappear, they begin to feel unhappy. This then leads to another depressive cycle that involves therapists and doctors who prescribe them antidepressants, and that's another story for another day. Number 3. Men age like wine. Women don't. Men's peak years arrive far later and last much longer than women's, which is the third reason why men are so much happier than women. Women's peak years are 18 to 22. They are essentially at the top of the market at these periods and are at their most attractive. During that time, a woman can enter into relationships with just about any man she wants and hook up with anyone. A woman can find pleasure, admiration, wealth, and necessities. Men will pay her the attention she wants, and she can have whatever kind of man she wants. That's the power of her being at her peak. Despite what they may try to convince you, women are attention-seeking beings. Although they won't accept it, they biologically require this. Number 4. Men don't seek validation. Women do. Another reason is women's demand for attention. They want a man to want her because it will give her the thrill of approval she needs. A woman will always look for external approval throughout her life and never be happy about the approval she will get. She will always have something. Because of this, the years in which a woman has the greatest influence over males are undoubtedly her best years. In particular, for attractive women, it is the ideal time in their lives. Number 5. Men go through their prime for much longer than women. Men are most handsome when they are between the ages of 30 and 55, and occasionally even longer. Our peak years can last 10 years. But that's merely our peak period for reproduction. If we work hard enough, we can also get a lot of action in our 20s. So, guys, don't get me wrong. I don't mean to imply that a man's prime is superior to women. Just stating that women are much more attractive than guys, and their beauty is a lot more effective than a man's wealth to attract the opposite gender. Men will do anything to get a stunning female who is young and beautiful. A woman's prime will burn brighter and sustain itself at a greater value than a man, however, it won't last as long. In comparison to an attractive woman of the same age, the hottest woman will draw a lot more guys. In our 20s, men can still receive the same action. However, if we are unable to do that, we still have 10 more years to improve and reach our peaks. We don't begin to exhibit indicators of losing our attraction until we are in our late 40s. Our peaks can last a very long time if we take proper care of ourselves. Compare this to the abrupt end of a woman's peak. One day she has access to whatever male she wants to hook up with, and everyone is staring at her. Number 6. Women age like dairy. Every man is rushing to win her attention, and all of a sudden, she lost everything. For women, there is no graceful aging. There's no accepting her age and ebbing into the final years of her life. It's as they say, women age like milk, while men age like wine. Once women reach their 30s, they lose their radiance and start to fade. Men are still paying attention to them, so it's not like they're not getting any, but the ones she does get are just not high quality. She is being passed over in favor of younger women. Perhaps there are still some mature women who are highly attractive at 42. However, she will never again appear to be as attractive as she did at age 25. Men only become more appealing as they age. Women peak in their late teens and early 20s. Then they bring that same adolescent mindset with them through to their 30s. They continue to behave in this manner until they begin to lose their appeal and begin to mature once more. Because of this, modern women resemble oversized children. By that point, it's simply too late since they're still thinking like the immature 23-year-olds they once were. This is why older women who were once attractive are so annoying. The majority of older women who were formerly attractive are twice as difficult to get laid. Women do not improve with age, but men do. Women are aware of this, so they deal by doing anything they can to go to the doctor, obtain medicines, and get their flaws fixed. Until they make the decision to face reality head-on and embrace it. Number 7. Women think men like successful women, which they don't. The 7th reason contributing to men's overall happiness is the fact that when women achieve more, men find them less attractive. With regard to starting careers, we are now earning more money than before. Ironically, this is exactly what feminism desired, but they failed to consider the fact that a guy doesn't value a woman's accomplishments. As a woman advances in her career and works in an office setting, I'm also referring to a woman's personality and desirability. A woman's pool of suitors gets smaller as she advances in rank and earns more money. This is the antithesis of a man who is attracted to a woman regardless of her status and only beauty. Relationships with career women and women who have masculine dispositions are undesirable to men. And how can I say that these women don't really have any feminine qualities that are desirable to men? Let me tell you how. Although being senior partner and vice president requires grit, ruthlessness, and manly ambition, a woman doesn't get there by being a sweet, feminine woman. You must be intensely motivated and fiercely competitive. Any woman who manages to do all of this needs to be ultra-masculine, or else people will forget about her or make fun of her. However, the fact remains that these CEOs are not looking for a lady who behaves overtly masculinely. They aren't searching for a relationship with a woman who is competitive with them or stubborn, since she will constantly feel like she has something to prove to him. Women like this are not desired by high-value men. They seek out feminine, submissive women. They prefer women who are significantly less competitive than themselves. Men prefer younger women and prefer women in professions beneath their own. For this reason, there are cliches about the CEO having a relationship with the secretary, a gorgeous 23-year-old. He is worth more than she is. He instructs her accordingly. He commands her since he is in a position of authority. She complies with instructions. She does not leave her pocket without first getting his approval. This dynamic is crucial for attracting both men and women. Therefore, high-value men outnumber women in America by a wide margin, yet they don't like women. There is a good possibility a male CEO who is married to a female CEO is having an affair. Perhaps he got married to her to help his business and brand identity. It wasn't because he was so drawn to her. Actually, he finds himself more drawn to the women he meets while out hooking up. Women are waking up as a result. They are beginning to understand that they are being deceived. They were instructed to amass this wealth, enter the corporate world, and establish professions for themselves, but they have discovered that they are unable to attract men. The more successful they become, the more challenging dating gets. They become less interested in men as they rise in the corporate and business worlds. That's also how women naturally are. They have a hard time respecting and liking men. In terms of workplace dynamics, they are superior. Despite the fact that she may be out with a coworker, she is actually working hard to advance as senior management and looking for the CEO. She won't go out with a clerk, assistant, new employee, or the forklift operator in the factory. She wants to go out with the boss. She desires a relationship with the top man. That is the way things are. Females are beginning to understand that this is the way they naturally are and how they are wired. Today's career women are generally displeased with their success and regret their choices. The majority of senior women in business are not feminists. The vast majority of them want families and regret getting into this. Now that they are aware that their power and attractiveness have both faded, no man wants to be associated with them. They are all unhappy. They discover that what they truly desire is not money, but rather a man who seeks her because she is the source of her value. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button and smash the bell icon to subscribe for more manfulness.